Hi everybody. So in this video, we're going to look at speed as a measure of distance divided by time. If you want to work along with me in this video, you can download a copy of a PDF from my website. I'll leave a link in the description below. So it's important that we understand that speed is a measure of the distance covered in 1 unit of time. So if a unit of time is in seconds, the speed would be meters per second. If a unit of time is in hours, well, this would often be kilometers per hour or miles per hour. So in our first example, we're told that Andre drove a distance of 330 kilometers in 6 hours. What was his average speed? So if we think of this as a ratio, we've got distance to time. And the distance is 330 kilometers. And the time to cover this distance is 6 hours. So what we want to work out is how much distance was covered in 1 hour. This is why we have to divide distance by time, because dividing 6 by 6 will give us 1 hour, and we divide the distance by 6 to keep our ratio balanced, and 330 divided by 6 will give us 55. So the speed would be 55 kilometers per hour. Okay? For question 2, Emma read a novel of 620 pages in 7 hours and 45 minutes. What was Emma's average reading speed in pages per hour? So we'll need to adjust our equation for this context. So the reading speed will be the number of pages read in place of distance divided by time. We're told she covers 620 pages. But the problem we have is that we need time in hours, and we've been given a combination of hours and minutes. But we know that 45 minutes is 3/4 of an hour, or 75%. So we can write this as 620 divided by 7.75. This is our 3/4 of the hour. And then we can work this out on our calculators, and we get a reading speed of 80 pages per hour. Okay? In our next examples, we're going to use this equation to find distance and time when we're given speed. Okay, so for example 3, we're told that Elliot drives home from his brother's house in a time of 2 hours and 15 minutes. He says that he drives at an average speed of 70 kilometers per hour. We've been asked to work out how far it is from Elliot's home to his brother's house. So perhaps you want to try this question yourself. You can pause the video, and when you come back, we'll go through the work solution. Okay, so welcome back. So we've got a time of 2 hours and 15 minutes and a speed of 70 kilometers per hour. Now we need to convert this time into hours, and we know 15 minutes is 1/4 of an hour. So our time will be 2.25 hours. And we know the speed is equal to 70. So if we substitute both of these into our equation, we've got 70 will equal the distance divided by 2.25. So to work out the distance, I need to multiply both sides by the 2.25. Because then these two will cancel, will give us a distance of 157.5 kilometers. Okay? For question 4, the distance between the library and the university campus is 200 kilometers. The bus between the library and the campus travels at an average speed of 160 kilometers per hour. That's quite fast for a bus. We've been asked to calculate the time taken in hours and minutes. So again, do you want to try this question yourself? You can pause the video, and when you come back, you can compare your working with mine. So we've got the distance of 200 kilometers, and we've got the speed. So we'll substitute both of these into our equation. And then to work out the time, we need to move the t to the left-hand side. So we get 160t equals 200, and then we'll divide both sides by the 160. So the time will be 200 divided by 160 or 1.25 hours. In hours and minutes, we know this quarter of an hour is 15 minutes. So this will be the total time. Okay? Let's try one more question. Okay, so finally for question 5. We're told that a train travels at an average speed of 18 meters per second and that the train set off at 7:30 on a 40-kilometer journey. We're asked to work out the time at which it arrives at its destination. So again, if you want to try this question yourself, you can pause the video and when you come back, we'll go through the solution. Okay, so welcome back. So the problem we have is that we've been given the speed of 18 meters per second, but then we're given the distance of 40 kilometers, and this time is in hours and minutes. So we need to convert this speed into kilometers per hour. So 18 meters per second, if we multiply this by 60, we work out the distance covered every minute. And this will be 1080 meters per minute. And then if we multiply it by 60 again, we get meters covered per hour, because there's 60 minutes every hour. And this will give us 64,800 meters. And we can convert this into kilometers by dividing it by 1,000. So in kilometers per hour, this will be 64.8. So now we have our speed in the correct unit. We have our distance. We can work out the time. So the speed of 64.8 will equal the distance of 40 divided by time. We'll move the time over to the left hand side and then we'll divide both sides by the 64.8. We can work this out and we get 50/81. So this is the time in hours. We can convert this to minutes by multiplying this by 60. So this will be approximately 37 minutes. So then all we need to do is add this 37 minutes onto our 7:30 start, and we get an arrival time of 7 minutes past 8. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching. I hope you found that useful. If you did find that helpful, please like and subscribe, and you can download the full lesson and the PDF that accompanies this video from my website, mrmathematics.com. I'll leave a link in the description below.